Running a business is hard enough. Don't make it harder with a dozen apps that don't talk to each other. One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. That's software overload. Odoo is the all-in-one platform that replaces them all. CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR. Fully integrated, easy to use, and built to grow with your business. Thousands have already made the switch. Why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
At TJ Maxx, feel more you than ever, without compromise. Because we never make you choose. The quality you want, the styles you crave, and the prices you love. It's all at TJ Maxx, so you can focus on just being you. With so many finds arriving daily, that means so many ways to show your unique style. Shop in-store and online at tjmaxx.com and max what makes you, you.
Rewards programs are a lot like pop culture. They can be hard to keep up with. But with Venmo's new rewards program, Venmo Stash, rewards are so easy because the more you do, the more you get. And you choose the bundle of brands you get cash back at. It's giving fiscal queen. It's giving star. It's giving up to 5% cash back at your favorite brands. Just pick a bundle of your go-to spots to shop with your Venmo debit card and earn cash back at them. Do more, get more with Venmo Stash. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Pro drivers live for race day, but for small business owners, every day is race day. That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro matters. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors keep your business on the right track. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
I want to talk about a subject that I just mentioned first and trying to understand why maybe sometimes there isn't as much happening. So I have I guess these are the 5 big reasons why the baseball offseason is so slow, or at least feels like it's so slow every single year. And it's funny, there's like this carousel of different effects that kind of come every few years, and they've just overlapped so much with like COVID and the lockout and the impending lockout coming up. Like there's always some existential something looming over the next few seasons, which makes everyone kind of be like, what do we do? So there's a little bit of discomfort every offseason on how are we going to build our team. And I want to talk to you about the kind of bucket those big reasons and just establish why the offseason is so slow and feels even slower because nothing's ever happening. So rule number 1, or reason number 1, that the offseason in baseball feels so slow. There are no deadlines. There's no trade deadline and there's no free agency deadline, okay? I know this has been thrown out there 1,000 times with people, hey, we need a free agency deadline. Everyone's got to sign by then. But unfortunately, the reason players don't want it, and I saw a tweet recently about like Brent Rooker's like, why can't we just be patient? Like, why is it so important that we have this deadline to like build up excitement? One, it builds up excitement. That's the biggest value for me. So like people who want that, they're like, I just want like there to be a mechanic to move things along, and I understand that from a viewership standpoint. But as a player, we tend to dislike it because one, we get our one chance at free agency, and we want to use the leverage at our disposal. And having a free agency deadline disproportionately hurts the player more than the team. Like the team still we can act like we're doing something. It'll force players to take worse deals in general rather than teams taking bad deals, right? So like one side gets sped up more than the other. That's why they also dislike it. Mostly from a psyche standpoint, players like, hey, like, you know, there's a lot going on already. It's about where I'm going to live and stuff. Like relax, let me work through this problem and negotiate. It'll get done, because the real deadline is missing games, and that hurts everybody. So that's why it's set up that way. It's equal in that, like, if teams don't sign the guys, their team's not going to be as good, and their fan base is going to be pissed off. So naturally, spring training is that deadline. For players, not playing immediately reduces your value. So the longer you go and you hold out without playing, the lower your value is going to go naturally, because people are going to forget about you because there's other people playing. So now the incentive is in both sides to get going. That's why that's the de facto deadline. Maybe we make it April 1st or something, where it lines up with the games anyways, so that there's 2 reasons to go, and then the pressure's on both sides. But that's the best way to make it equal, I guess, and that's why it is that way. So just something to think about. But I will say this, wanting a deadline because it's more exciting is also a fine reason to do it, because sports are for fun. I don't know, you're supposed to be entertained. Reason number 2, and I just touched on it, but missing games is the highest leverage, okay? So a game being missed hurts both sides. You want to have the best players on your team, and waiting into that point, that's why lockouts get done. That's why strikes don't go usually in the season, because everyone loses in that situation. So it's the same effect here. So missing games is the point. And the offseason's 4 months long. So if you're not about to miss games, the pressure's just not going to be that high. So that's why it slows down. Just in general, this is every year, not when there's extenuating circumstances like there is almost seemingly, actually, since like 2015, it feels like there is a extenuating circumstance every single time. Like something else adding some pressure on that, okay? Reason 3, we have the holidays in the middle of our offseason. We're the only sport that does. So, like, people just check out for a month, like everyone, not just fans. Players do. Like, it's just you're not that close to spring yet, and you're with your families, you want to rest. And there's this, from Thanksgiving through New Year's, man, that's 6 weeks of where people are like, it's like it's our natural cycle of nature to want to slow down, and making wheeling and dealing deals and trying to think about your future and stuff just is really hard to do at that time. So for the most part, society kind of goes into hibernation in general. We actually have natural built-in times when this happens. August is another time that happens, because everyone goes on vacation and it lines up with school. So like August seems to also just kind of slow down, and there's not much going on either. It's also the dog days of summer for baseball, so that lines up. Those 2 times of the year, people just generally kind of take time off from what they were doing. That is going to affect business of baseball when everyone's just like, oh my God, I don't want to have phone calls every day, all day. I just want to have a break. I just want to take a break. Reason number 4, and this is more of a recent development, but it's been happening. You've heard about it for the last few years. There is a constant revenue problem right now, or at least uncertainty around revenue in TV. So national, we don't know how national money is going to be. There was that big thing about how ESPN and MLB broke up their deal, and then MLB had to like come back and be like, oh, can we get it back? And then they had to give 30 more games out to get the same amount of money. And so like that kind of was botched a little bit, but like that's always in flux. We're trying to figure that stuff out. The streaming wars and like the tech companies and what they're, that's all affecting sports as well as Hollywood, right? So teams are like, in order to sign guys, you project your revenues. When that huge revenue stream, which is the most of the money they make, is uncertain and is like fluctuates wildly, you're hesitant to make decisions on personnel and commit to big costs. I understand that. The teams that aren't struggling with that as much are like the Mets, who have SNY, and the Yankees, who have Yes, and like and the Cubs, like the places that have their own networks, that own the network, or the owner owns the network. They feel a little bit better about it because it's built around the team. But the other ones, they're like, it's just a huge question mark that could be scary. So there's a lot of risk adversity there. Okay, that one has been there every single year.
Running a business is hard enough, so why make it harder with a dozen different apps that don't talk to each other? One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. Before you know it, you are drowning in software instead of growing your business. This is where Odoo comes in. Odoo is the only business software you'll ever need. It's an all-in-one, fully integrated platform that handles everything: CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, and more. No more app overload. No more juggling logins. Just one seamless system that makes work easier. And the best part, Odoo replaces multiple expensive platforms for a fraction of the cost. It's built to grow with your business, whether you are just starting out or already scaling up. Plus, it's easy to use. customizable, and designed to streamline every process so you can focus on what really matters, running your business. Thousands of businesses have made the switch, so why not you? Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then, you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like EFTs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Now I'd like to introduce you to Meaningful Beauty, the famed skincare brand created by iconic supermodel Cindy Crawford. It's her secret to absolutely gorgeous skin. Meaningful Beauty makes powerful and effective skincare simple, and it's loved by millions of women. It's formulated for all ages and all skin tones and types, and it's designed to work as a complete skincare system, leaving your skin feeling soft, smooth, and nourished. I recommend starting with Cindy's full regimen, which contains all 5 of her best-selling products, including the amazing youth-activating Melon Serum. This next-generation serum has the power of melon leaf stem cell technology. It's melon leaf stem cells encapsulated for freshness and released onto the skin to support a visible reduction in the appearance of wrinkles. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, why not give it a try? Subscribe today and you can get the amazing Meaningful Beauty system for just $49.95. That includes our introductory 5-piece system, free gifts, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. All of that available at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Little side note to this. Remember, it's looking like a lockout. It's pretty likely for next year. There was a lockout a couple of years ago. We had COVID seasons happening a year and a half. So that, like, how many games are we going to play? What's this going to do? A lot of uncertainty there. So for about 6-7 years now, we've been like, is there going to be a lockout? Is there going to be games next year? Is it so like? The numbers of these deals and like the way these deals are being negotiated is varying so much more wildly than it was. It used to be like a more of a narrow comparative thing. And now they're getting really clever with it. So that slows things down as well. Add Scott Boras to that, and you got a slow offseason. Okay? And then reason number 5, and a big one, free agency, the way it's set up now, and even trades. The big guys, like the top ticket items, the Alex Bregmans and the Kyle Tuckers and the Pete Alonsos of the world, like these guys are all basically tops of their class in comparative players, right? So if you're a right fielder and you could play some center like Kyle Tucker, then Cody Bellinger is going to be in that group, right? They're the one below. So they have depth charts for each type of player and what teams need them. The vast majority of teams outside of 5 that are willing to, that have more of that security and can just go get the big guys. The other 25 teams who are never going to go for the big guys have to wait before those guys go so that they can figure out the markets for the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 guys that they want. Now, if the big guys hold out forever and there's no movement, if that domino doesn't fall, the other teams, they don't feel comfortable that they're getting a value deal because they don't know what the market's being set at by the top guy. And so if they all hold out, the more of those guys that hold out, the slower it goes. And you need the big dominoes to fall. Now, we've had a little, like you saw a bunch of the pitchers and relievers go early. Then they all win at once, right? When Devin Williams went, they're like, cool, Ryan Helsley, we got him. Like, that went fast because of the category of guy that was gone. So Edwin Diaz is gone now too. He was the top of the thing. So like now relievers are going to just go. And that's why that dam opened. But we don't have the outfielders. We don't have third base covered, right? Usually that is what happens, and that's why we're going to be waiting for a while. And again, we've been over this. Scott Boras represents a lot of these guys, and he tends to hold out, and he tends to flex that muscle. But that slows it down. That slows down free agency. So the big reason, that mechanic, the way that is, that's good for a healthy free agency world, but with the fear around signing a big guy for a lot of money over a lot of years with the uncertainty around TV, salary cap, and whether or not there's going to be a lockout, is going to slow down everyone else. Everyone behind them is also going to get slowed down. So that's why it feels so slow. Those 5 reasons are what makes this feel so incredibly slow. And I think there's ways to speed it up, but I also think a little bit of like the ground needs to settle under us in a few ways. We need to get past this next year. We need to get away from COVID even more. We need the rule changes got to be set. We have no rule changes for another 4 years, right? We're having the ABS next year, so there's another big change. It's literally morphing in front of our eyes, and that scares wealthy people because the more money you get, and this is not I'm not talking shit right now. This is what it is. Like, if anyone denies this, I don't know what to tell you. The more money you get, everyone's risk averse, but the more money you get, the more you crave doing things and not having any risk to yourself. So you just don't make decisions unless there's no risk involved. And unfortunately with baseball, there's a lot of risk involved because it's sports. It's sports. And there's a level of risk that will never be taken out of it because it is sports. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but something's going to shake. We're going to find a normal, like a place of stasis at some point, but I wouldn't hold your breath until at least after next offseason. So it's going to be slow this year. It's going to be really slow next year. And then maybe there's some sunshine and we can actually enjoy the fact that the game, I feel like, is in a good place. So that is why the offseason is so goddamn slow.
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
With Bali from iShares, you get access to both monthly income and growth potential in one simple ETF. It's the best of both worlds. Discover Bali, iShares Large Cap Premium Income Active ETF. iShares, the market is yours. Visit www.ishares.com to view a prospectus for investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information that you should read and consider carefully before investing. Risks include principal loss and the use of derivatives, which could increase risks and volatility. Monthly income is not guaranteed. Prepared by BlackRock Investments, LLC.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/iHeart. Terms apply.